I've spoken before about dramatic pauses and how adding them can be really effective in voiceovers. However, some people take this too far and they add too many pauses, often in the wrong places, and it interrupts that flow. Here's how to get a smoother read. Hello, I hope you're in fine voice. Now, getting your voiceovers to flow is really important. Everyone wants a nice smooth read, a nice smooth delivery. But I've noticed that some people, particularly those starting out, will read in little packets of phrase. So they'll go da 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 da, stop, and then da 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 da. And those pauses are too often, there are too many of them, and often they're not placed correctly. And it gives that kind of jerky feel to the read. Let me give you an example. According to a recent survey, 87% of consumers said positive online reviews reinforce their decision to purchase a recommended product or service. Didn't really flow, did it? You could hear the comma, according to a recent survey, slight pause, blah, 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 blah. But then I carried on with the pauses as well, and probably that comma was overdone. So really, you want to try and get a smoother read. That was just, for my liking anyway, it was just a bit too jagged and a bit too staccato. So let's try it another way, delivering the lines with tighter gaps. According to a recent survey, 87% of consumers said positive online reviews reinforce their decision to purchase a recommended product or service. I prefer that read because there aren't the big long pauses in there. There are still various clauses. I mean, you can hear that it's divided up into kind of subsections, but it flows, and I've tightened up those gaps. Now, when I say tighten them up, I don't mean I've gone into some software and artificially tightened them. I've done it in the way I've been reading. And the way I did that was just cast my eye very slightly ahead on the script so I knew which words were coming up next. It really makes a big difference if you can get that flow going. It makes it much smoother and easier to listen to. And the only way really to effectively do it is to practice and practice again. All right, thanks very much for watching today. Look after your voice. I'll see you next time.